Welcome back to the channel. Today's format of the video is going to be a little bit different, so subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing. We're just going to do the work. We'll talk about why later. So I'm replacing the idle air control valve on this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder Jeep 1997 Wrangler. This is the idle air control valve, and we're just going to replace it. It's really straightforward. You've got the air intake box I've already removed. I've also disconnected the negative battery terminal because I want the PCM to be reset so it can relearn the idle a little bit easier. One electrical connector back here on the intake manifold. Just pull that back and pull the connector apart. There are two T20 Torx fasteners holding it in place. One at the top that's easy access, and one at the bottom that you kind of just have to feel around a little bit to get it out. One thing with these screws is they're pretty small and you do not want to lose them. So be really careful when you're pulling them out so that they don't drop and you never find it again. There's an O-ring on the base of these control valves, and you want to make sure that that comes off as well. Do a quick inspection of where the O-ring on that idle air controller goes up against the throttle body housing. If it needs to be cleaned out, do that with some throttle body cleaner and a paper towel. That's what I'm doing. And it's hard to get your head in there to see it, so I just take a picture and look at the picture. Just to show you the new idle air control valve that I'm installing. This is a standard brand part, and if you read the instructions with these parts that come from standard, at least, it says that you want the pintle length to be 1 1/8 of an inch or less. So I've shown that measurement here on the ruler, and you can see it's a little bit less than that. But you can actually adjust the pintle length by pulling back on this sleeve and twisting the head of this clockwise or counterclockwise. So just to show you on my older original valve, this is what it looks like when it's too long. And the length, it says, is so that you don't damage the inside of the throttle body, so that it's not pushing too far up against the throttle body components. The PCM will actually move the pintle in and out to adjust for what it needs to have a good idle, but when you install it, it says you should have it less than that 1/8 of an inch. And this is how you would adjust it by making it shorter. Installation is the opposite of removal, so just slide the part in there. You got the O-ring on, and you just want to get it hand tight and then just a little bit more of a turn. There's definitely not a major torque on this, and then you just hook up the electrical connector. So get both fasteners started and then get it snugged up, but don't tighten one end before you tighten the other end. Get them both snug first and then give them that final torque so that you get even loading on the O-ring. All right, the surface is nice and flush. It's nice and snug on both fasteners. Electrical connectors reconnected. Now I'm going to put the air box back on top of the throttle body, reconnect the battery, start it up, and let it run for a while so the PCM can get to know its nice new part. So as we watch TDSR idle up, I'll just tell you why I'm doing this, because it seems like just a week or so ago I posted a video of cleaning out the throttle body because it was idling at high RPMs, and just cleaning out the throttle body and the IACs should have fixed it, and in that video I showed success. Unfortunately, the success didn't last very long. It went right back very shortly thereafter to revving up to an idle of around 2,000 RPMs. My son said it was like driving in cruise control, because even at idle, he could be traveling just fine in third or fourth gear and it was keeping speed. So obviously not a good condition. This IAC is only about 4 months old, but I did buy from a, we'll say, off-brand company, and there's mixed reviews on those parts. So I'm thinking this was the part, so I went with Standard brand. It seems to be a much more reliable company. Got that installed now, so we'll see how long this lasts. I'll put an update in the video description if things don't go well, so that you're aware. And I'm gonna go update the video description where I put a link to the other brand of IAC and provide an update there as well. There are lots of other projects in store for TDSR. It's the name of this Jeep. That doesn't sound right. And lots more to come, trying to get this thing back up and running and at full strength and be a good daily driver, even though it's got that 205,000 miles on it. So if you want to stay tuned to all those upcoming projects, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and of course feel free to leave comments on this video and let me know what you think of this new way of doing the videos. Just show the work up front and then talk about it at the end. But I'm going to call the end of this video, and it looks like TDSR is idling where it should be. Hopefully it stays that way for many months and hopefully even years to come. So until the next video, have a good one.